Hello everyone and welcome to Introduction to Internet Marketing Part 3. Today I'm going to share with you my top 10 principles for successful internet marketing, or if you want, my top 10 secrets. And to start with, I'd like to actually start with a strategy, with a big picture. In my opinion, every single success on the internet starts with a good plan, good strategic plan, or starts with a good articulated, clear, specific, what we call smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-based strategic goals. In other words, you have to know where you are going with your business. What are your key internet marketing objectives? And remember always to focus on one step at a time. In other words, you need to know what your next goal is. 5 or 6 years ago in Vancouver, there was a company, actually there was a kid, I should say, student at the university who were searching for different things on the internet, and he found out that lots of people were searching for the term song lyrics or just lyrics. Let me type it, lyrics. And he found out that that was one of the top 10 search phrases that were in most high demand, in the highest demand. Most people were searching for lyrics. Yet he found out that there were actually not too many competing websites. Soon enough, he joined with another person, with a partner who had some experience in business, and they realized that that was a huge opportunity. Almost no competition, and yet huge interest in song lyrics. And soon enough, actually that's their website, they ended up being on top of search results. They ended up offering lots of content, as you can see on this website, and only 5 or 6 years later, they ended up being sold to a huge American media company, CBS. In other words, they knew what their strategies, they knew what their strategic goals were. They wanted to provide lots of content, and they wanted to be on top of search engines. And based off huge traffic on their website, their plan was to leverage that traffic, monetize that traffic, and eventually sell their business to some company that would need that same traffic, like CBS, for example. So as you can see, it has to do with knowing what your strategic goals are, what your strategy is as well. Over time, I identified a number of groups of strategic goals. Number one, you might want to just enhance your image. In other words, support your offline marketing. Build your website just to kind of support whatever you do offline. For example, if you go to meetings, you want to have a website and a business card with your website so that people can check out what you do and then call you over the phone. So it's really supporting whatever you do offline. Some people call it online brochure. So that would be strategic goal number one, to enhance your image and support offline marketing. Number two, to provide more information. In other words, people can find your price lists on the internet, they can download various brochures, they can search for information, find the products, and educate themselves. So that would be strategic goal number two. And some of my clients really insisted on those two at the beginning of building their web presence. But there are more goals, like for example, to generate more interest, to generate more leads, more inquiries. Actually, one client of mine, Mama Margaret, that's Mama Margaret, she found out that she can take people from North America to Italy, teach them how to cook Italian dishes, and have them enjoy wonderful, wonderful nature in exotic Italian regions like Tuscany or Piedmont. So Mama Margaret's strategy was to bring people to her website, to generate interest, to generate leads, and then to talk to them over the phone. In other words, people would come to her website and eventually pick up the phone or send her an email, and the conversation started, and soon enough, Mama Margaret started bringing lots of people from North America to Italy to celebrate their anniversaries and, oh, by the way, yes, enjoying some wonderful Italian dishes. So as you can see here, it was really about generating interest and generating leads and inquiries, which led Mama Margaret to more business. There are more strategies. One might be to promote your products, to promote or launch your new products, launch your new service, maybe promote certain event in your company, to advertise whatever you do online. So that would be definitely legitimate strategic goal. And number 5, to sell online. Of course, the ultimate goal is to improve your sales. And if you can sell online, sell more online, that will positively affect your bottom line. So selling online is definitely one of the top e-marketing strategic goals. Then number 6, to deliver or fulfill requests. In other words, for example, there are some things that you can deliver online, like ebooks or online seminars or online courses. So there are lots of products and services that can be technically delivered through the internet. And finally, to build relationships. That's pretty much all social media is about. To build more successful relationships, to connect with your target audience, to engage in conversation. Sometimes you can use the old-fashioned, some people call email old-fashioned email, or you can use social media, whatever it takes to get involved in a dialogue with a customer and to start building relationships. That's once again Mama Margaret and her website. Another example is a client of mine. They decided to use their website just to provide more information for their target audience, in other words, the people who were connected with the company. So this was really an example of providing more information online. Second strategic goal or principle for success, it is about information, informing your customers and educating them. Some people say there are 3 secrets for success of retail business: location, location, and location in retail business. Similarly, on the internet, we have information, information, and information. Some people call internet the information superhighway, and we can't stress enough that having excellent content on your website is absolute key for success. Finally, how do you create lots of content? Well, you can add lots of testimonials on your website, manuals, price lists, catalogs, library of various articles, comparisons, e-newsletter archive, lots of links, outgoing links, blog, or maybe RSS feeds. So whatever it takes, use your website to educate people and to inform them. Putting lots of content on your website is essential for success of your website. Here's how I do it. I have a library on my own website, but I also have a blog where I write about various new trends and stats. I try to share with my customers, with my clients, and with my target audience wealth of information about e-marketing, and as I say, where is the puck going? And the blog URL is whereispuck.com. And we have principle number 3. It's all about creating a visually effective website. In other words, clean, professional, appealing, and also consistent with offline image. You don't want a website that is so different online and offline. You want a website that really is consistent with whatever you do offline. Also consistent with your corporate mission statement. In other words, if you want to create impression of an order and professionalism, then your website should communicate the same idea. Finally, today we need to create dynamic websites and use special visual effects, yet in moderation. We don't want to go too far in that direction. Principle, yes. Here's how I actually used, working with my clients together, I used the idea of creating visually effective website. Here's my client who actually sells large doors and huge windows. And we sat down and we discussed how do we communicate that idea of really excellent, powerful, nice view and the key benefit of those large windows? And obviously, we came to idea to create a website with huge image on the homepage, which would communicate that whole context and atmosphere of large doors and large windows. At that time, that was a couple of years ago, maybe 5 years ago, there were not too many websites with large images. There was a paradigm suggesting that we shouldn't upload too large images on the homepage. Yet, we challenged that idea and we actually swam upstream, as Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, suggests. Sometimes you have to swim upstream and challenge the existing rules. So we challenged that rule and created a website with huge image, pretty much overall the home page, to communicate the atmosphere and the benefit of a wonderful view with large windows. Principle number 4, your website has to be interactive. It has to involve people. It has to put them in the center of whatever you do. How do you do that? Well, by enabling a login and my account feature on your website, some feedback function, bookmarking the site, tell a friend, follow, connect, like, vote, ask an expert, discuss things in a discussion forum, sign up for our e-newsletter, search our website, participate in a contest, whatever it takes just to involve your customer. Here's how my client Greyston did that. What they did a while ago, they created a website that actually had that login function where his clients would be able to log in to his website and order the products. So in other words, they would customize their products, they would have their own price list, they would have their own favorite products, they would have their own wealth of information, whatever their previous orders were, and so they would be, the whole process of ordering was facilitated through this extra net, this interactive feature on their website. And finally, principle number 5, it's all about being user-friendly. Some people call it usability, and that's one of the buzzwords in the last couple of years. It's all about usability. It's all about creating a website that's user-friendly. There is actually a book written, lots of books written on the subject of being user-friendly or building a usable website. One of my favorite books is by Steve Krug, who wrote a book entitled Don't Make Me Think. In other words, he suggests that the website visitors shouldn't be expected to think on your website. Everything should be easy, everything should be super intuitive. Don't make me think. Here are a couple of principles, more principles, in order to achieve the goal of being user-friendly. First of all, there is a rule called 3 clicks, 8 seconds, 3-8 rule. And that rule suggests that every single piece of information on your website should be found in less than 3 clicks and 8 seconds. In other words, when people come to your website, everything should be relatively easy. The information should be found in less than 8 seconds and 3 clicks. In order to achieve that, you might want to put a contact button on every single page, of course, on your website, home button, sitemap button, and your site structure has to be flat, not too deep, so that the visitor can easily find that information. The navigation should be intuitive, and the navigation bar placed on many spots on your screen, like for example, you should have upper and lower bar, but also sidebar. Those are the top 5 principles. But you should stay tuned because there are 5 more to come. We just started. We need to discuss how to get traffic on your website and how to monetize that traffic. So stay tuned. The next presentation is all about principles number 6 to 10. Thank you.